Got a couple of little pop-up showers in Tennessee.
Hello?
I don't think Tennessee's going to see anything too crazy. This is a
Hello?
live shot
Hello?
here in White County in Sparta, Tennessee.
Testing?
We actually had a
Testing.
tornado
Three?
warning here a couple months ago. We covered it on.
Hello? 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 Alright. So, um, what we are looking at here is some severe storms that could possibly going up over into the midnight hours. Um, no. So the exact thing that we're dealing with here, just for we'll focus on this region right here. If you stay just a little bit more longer, we will get to a region that you probably want. So I'm gonna zoom in here. Hello, and we are um looking at just a live view of the coverage up top, just above the radar. Now, there's not much here. Thank you all for tuning in. So, thank you for tuning in, but we are experiencing some drastic changes in weather. Let's just start off here in Kansas right now. I mean, this is some of the craziest weather. I know I'm late to all this weather stuff today, but I think we'll be back tomorrow. Not too much powerful, but we'll be back tomorrow with a banger. Uh, but now we're right here in just somewhere in the Springfield metro area, and we are on the. If you guys look at the radar, we are looking at some storms. Some of them are uh, warned, severe thunderstorm warned, and then the rest is just special weather statements. I don't think these are going to be moved up anymore, but that the storm does look like it's almost gaining. The two cell mergers, they merge together, so I mean, yeah, it could be possible for a rotation. I don't see a hook on there anywhere. But so I mean, I don't see any rotation on these, but there there is some slight rotation, I think, in this one, just right up here, but not enough for it to be tornado warned. This storm right here by, I think, Bolivar. Uh, if you guys have any requests on where I should look, what town, your area, I can answer questions. Let's actually go to NWS. So, um, we're looking the Springfield metropolitan area. This is a better radar map, anyways. The Springfield metropolitan area doesn't have too much in it. Bartlesville, Kansas, there is a warning that is going to continue in effect for there's one in New Mexico. Okay. Most of these warnings are in Oklahoma. Oh wait, nope. Multiple of them just got taken out. But I think this one we might go to Oklahoma. Yep, we were just on there. So most of these, there's some in Kentucky. I don't think these are gonna try. These might try and produce or tornado or a few, but overall it's not gonna look too bad. There's flash flood warnings for Lincoln, New Mexico, and then going
Yeah, that's what it
to
was.
Leon, Florida.
No. Nope.
There was tornado warnings earlier today, but let's go look at the tropical storm that's supposed to be forming out here. So the tropical storm is supposed to be forming right here, and then it's supposed to be going up. The tropical storm barrel supposed to be right here about later tonight. It is a tropical storm. We're still trying to figure out if it will become hurricane. If it does become a hurricane, then it's it does become a hurricane. The trajectory is unknown, but it would probably be hit Puerto Rico first, and then landfall on Dominican Republic, and then hit some parts, I think, just nip Cuba, and then it should go hit right up into here, unless the trajectory switches, it might hit North Carolina. So I'd be watching out for these areas along the coast right here. Just watch out the whole coast from Texas, the Texas and Mexican border, all the way up to Virginia. Just be watching out there because it could hit anywhere in between there. It might even go up north more and hit here, but there's a low chance. These storms moving into tonight aren't going to be that much dangerous because they're going to go into the ocean, not cause that much. They did issue they did extend the warning out for here. I think this storm right here on the back end of it is, I think, trying to hook. Yeah, we'll be watching this pretty soon. Right there, yeah, that was starting to hook up. The storm for Oklahoma is starting to hook up. Just be Toulouse. So that's what it looks like on radar. I don't know if it actually is. You guys can type in chat if you guys want. Feel free to type in chat whenever you want. In Oklahoma, Andrea, Oklahoma, Tulsa. Cleveland, Oklahoma is probably about the area. It's kind of starting to hook up on radar. The hook echo effect right there. You could see just a I could go look at your state. We will. It depends. It could drop. Tornado. It's not for sure yet. I think the National Weather Service is still looking into this one right here because they, I think, just extended out the warning for. That's. Yeah. So it's not confirmed yet, but so if you look at this frame right here, and you kind of see it develop a rain hook right up in there. See that? If this gets thicker, just somewhere in there, this whole cell could possibly drop a tornado. It's likely, could be, it's a 50-50 chance of a tornado dropping, but it's moving into the late hours, so the cold might set in to the point where the storm loses its energy and dissipates. Most of these storms, I think, are trying to gain energy, but just don't have the power to. Earlier, there was like a storm, there was like a front right along here. These storms would be feeding off the front. That's what was probably pumping the storms. We'll watch out for this hook echo effect. Let's look at the warnings. So, flood warning for Houston, Alabama. So, flood warning for 21 more minutes. We got another flood warning down there in, I can't pronounce those names, but this is the warning right here. This one right here, just north of Tallahassee, Florida, Leon, Florida, just that general area along the, just right along the Georgia, Florida border. Just north of Tallahassee, flood warning. Let's go over to Lincoln, New Mexico. Oh, they just extended some, I don't know, they did something, because now there's more. So this one right here it's gonna lead to expire 20 minutes. They might extend it. It is possible. We could be seeing something like try and drop right in here. It is possible that something could drop in here, near Barnesdall, Oklahoma. It is possible. It looks like something's trying to form their hook on the radar. Something could form there. We got a severe thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm watching for 2 hours, and then severe thunderstorm warning for expires. And then no. If there is if a tornado would drop, it'd probably be in one of these two places down here in Oklahoma. Probably right here near Barnesville, Oklahoma, and then right here by Fairfax, no, Pawnee, Oklahoma. It's probably the two places if there was a tornado to drop. Then we have some more cells right over here to our west. They look like they're losing their strength moving into these overnight hours. I think these storms right here are making it towards their full potential power. I'm just saying there's not a confirmed tornado on the ground yet, but there could be one just tonight. So if any of you live in Oklahoma, just watch out. If there is, it's probably just a short-lived one. It's not going to be a massive one. To answer your question, no, the tornado will not be reached all the way into Michigan. Actually, the only storms that I'm seeing right now that have the potential power of tornadoes is most likely I don't want to I don't want to try and make a exact answer because I'm not fully sure. But the most likely storms to drop, if they were to drop a tornado, would probably be probably in the Ohio Valley. We'll be definitely watching that one for a few hours tonight. So let's go over to Michigan. So there is just some rain showers here in Michigan. Not too many. Not too many rain showers in Michigan. Not seeing too many. The main ones that the main storms that we probably see, some people might get some rain and just some lightning and hail. Now, if any people that live in Florida, we are going to go over to Florida and just give a little recap what's going on over here, because there is some storms over here in Florida. We might actually see a hook. We actually might see a hook form right. If there, most. Okay, so if you guys are looking at radar, you guys just see a bunch of color. Don't be scared by just some red. Red does not mean that there's tornado on the ground. It just means heavy rain, and if you see like these pink or like white dots on your radar or whatever, that is like hail. So yeah. If you are if you see yellow, that's just like lighter rain. So it starts at green and then it goes up towards red. And as it gets closer to red, then that's hard rain. I I think they might get rid. Oh wait, nope, nope, nope. Yep, yep. Yeah, they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning for this storm right here. Both cells, I think, just combined, merged. So yeah, we had a cell merger right there, like 8:45. We'll be watching this for some parts of the tonight. Um, so I wouldn't say exactly red is a thunderstorm. Um, red is just like heavy rain. If you see something like this, if you see like a yellow box just around your on your radar, that typically means just a severe thunderstorm warning. So yes, to answer your question, yes, sometimes red on radar. I wouldn't say totally yes. This only happens sometimes in storms. Some storms form have heavy rain and like thunder too, but there isn't. Um, it isn't always likely. Red is just like heavy rain. The pink right here. It's if we see purple, pink, or even white, that's hail, and then the red is just like rain, heavy rain. So if it's like dark blue right here, that is just like mist almost on mist, and then as it kind of gets this like tealish color, it's kind of getting a little bit harder, and then this green, and then the darker green is like heavier rain, and then as the green gets darker, it's heavier rain. But then it enters into the yellow phase. The darker the yellow, the heavier the rain. The lighter the yellow, the lighter the rain. And then as it gets into red, it's like the rain that pours. And then if it's like pink, purple, or just white dots scattered in the storm, then it's hail. So typically, if you see red, don't be worried too much, because that could mean it's heavy raining. You can't really tell if there's lightning on radar. There are some apps out there that have lightning strikes available on it. The one I was just using earlier in the live stream, it was called My Radar. That's the app I was using earlier. It's not. It shows lightning strikes, so I mean you could see which storms have lightning and thunder in them. So severe thunderstorm warning expires in 4 minutes. I don't see too much potential in this storm. I mean, other than it combining with the other ones right there. Ooh, we see explosion right up here. So yeah, yep, right there. And then you see kind of a hook right there. That one kind of merged with the storm, but we'll be watching these ones right here. Let's see, which one is the newest, right? Oh, okay. Okay. So if any of you live in New Mexico, I'm just gonna read this to you. At 7:44 p.m. NBT, a severe thunderstorm was located 15 miles south of Abo, or 30 miles northeast of Socorro, moving north at 10 miles per hour. Hazard 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. So if you just take a quarter and that's basically it. Source radar indicated hail damage to vehicles expected. Expect winds damage to roofs, sidings, and trees. Location near impact included Mount Air, Manzano Mountain State Park, and then Manzano and Apple. Yep. We just read that warning, whole warning. Oh, whoops. If you have any more questions, I'd be glad to answer them. Any questions, just type in chat and I will gladly answer the questions that you have. Oh, what color is tornado on radar? Oh, so typically you can't tell if there's a tornado on radar. Just by seeing it, anything that you see like this right here, just this color, it's just rain. That means just rain, and then you can probably see like hail on there just because it's like pink and white. The only way you can see tornado on radar is these things called hook echoes. So just think about like almost like a fishing hook. Just think about that. Say the upper part of the fishing hook is the storm, and then just the curve. It curves out at the end, and then like the end is just like a big blob on radar, and you just see a red right there. That is what a hook echo is. It's like a fishing hook, and then at the end, instead of it being pointy, it's like a blob at the end, and that's how you see that's how you see a tornado on radar. There is no color for it. I mean, there is no color. But most of the time, oh yeah, I have Radar Omega. I mean, I can pull it up for you guys if you want. I can pull up Radar Omega. Just type in chat if you want to want me to pull up Radar Omega. Andrea, to answer your question, to see a tornado on radar, we would have to go over to Radar Omega. If you want me to switch over to Radar Omega, I can definitely do that for you. Just to show you, Radar Omega. I like doing it on just this general area, just on here, because it gives me a better view. Alright, I'm gonna switch over to Radar Omega. Hold on. Alright, so the way to tell if there is a tornado on radar is we'll head right down here. We'll click on this radar right here.
Wyatt! Either go down. Hey! Either go down
the
Not kidding at all.
So you're probably wondering what red on this base velocity thing on here is. It is green and then red. So green means moving towards the radar, and then red moving
OJ!
away from radar.
OJ!
I'll be right back, guys.
Close your bedroom door! Are you in your bedroom? Well, you're too loud. Yeah, I don't know why. Love you.
So, are you still there? Hello, everyone. So, to read this type of radar,
Turn it down!
I did.
More.
To read this type of radar, it's not that hard. All you have to do is just look at the green. So when you're looking at the green, it's moving towards the radar, and then when you're looking at red, it's moving away from the radar. And if there is gray in between the red and the green and it's not touching, then that means there's no rotation there. So basically, green and red on the radar are just the wind directions the wind is going from the radar. So green means wind is moving towards the radar, and then red means it's moving away from the radar. Does that make sense?
Are we all gonna die?
If you guys have any requests, like places I should go to on radar and talk about, I can surely do that. Any questions, I'll surely answer. So if you guys look to the right of your screen and you're looking at these maps right here, you see that top one. That one is areas of interest on the right. Those show the areas of greatest probability for severe weather. So if you see if you can read that, the light green is just slight risk for severe weather, and then it gets kind of brighter into that greenish part, that darker green. That's a marginal risk. It's greater than a slight risk, but it's lower than a enhanced risk. Wait, no, wait. So for tomorrow's outlook, the yellow is more severe on the maps when you look to your right. The top one is today. The darker green is in between, is less severe than the yellow, and then the light green is the just barely any, just a low possibility for severe weather, and then the white is like no severe weather. So and then for tomorrow is the bottom one. We have a slight higher risk in the some parts of the East Coast, Northeast Coast, and then we have some up there by Montana, and then North Dakota, and then yeah. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to answer them. I'm gonna go over on the radar just to look on this radar. So if you have any requests on which places I should go look at on the radar, type it in chat. Type it in chat. I'll see it, and then I will answer your question. Texas, right. We can go look at Texas if you want. Just say yeah in chat, and then I will go over to Radar Omega and look at Texas. Is NOAA a helpful tool? Yes, NOAA is a helpful tool. Wait, I can't see that. Is NOAA help? Is NOAA a help? No. Yes, actually, Noah is pretty much helpful for anyone. Um, anyone that uses Noah, um, it helps. It's a great tool. I mean, you use they have tons of like stuff that you can use on Noah. Um, just type yes in chat if you want me to go look at. If you want me to show you something that's on Noah, it's pretty cool. I used it for the two maps on the right of would be on the right of your screen. Um, just say yeah, and I will. Okay. There's also something on there that I want to show you guys, anyways. Um, it, it's something to do with tomorrow's outlook. So, while we're at it, we can I can also do Michigan for you guys if you want. Um, so all you gotta do on your phone is just search up tornado probability, and then just hit enter. I accidentally spelled probability wrong, but um, it really doesn't matter how you spell it as long as you just put tornado probability in. You just click on the first one, and then it brings you to this screen right here. I want to show you how to read this screen actually. If it will. Okay, so this is I think today. This is today's outlook. I'm gonna move the screen over there. So you have just TSTM, not very high. It's just that light green area, and then you have the marginal risk, which is number one. The marginal risk is this darker green area, and then you get some parts up here into Michigan, but not into the Michigan Panhandle, and then there are slight risk is some parts of southeast Kansas or the corner of Kansas, and then some parts of Oklahoma, just a few miles north of Oklahoma City. And then you got just some parts of northwest Arkansas, and then just cuts into it barely gets into Illinois, but it hits Illinois some parts. And then you got Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania, I think. It says down here the slight risk is right here, and then the marginal risk is
Quiet.
right here.
No,
This
now.
dark green area. That's pretty much it for there. And then you can come down here. It tells you some information about what could happen. You go up here to this area. It says Day 2 Outlook. You can click on that, and then it tells you tomorrow's outlook for severe weather. So again, any colored areas is slight risk or higher for severe thunderstorms. So for tomorrow, there's just a TSTM, most of the United States, and then we have some marginal risk for some of the East Coast, and then some of the east of the Mississippi River. We have a slight risk up here in Montana, and then North Dakota. That nothing changed from the map, and then it gives you more information down here. As you get further in, it gets less accurate because you aren't that far. Well, yeah, you are far, but you're far into the future, and it kind of gets less accurate as you go further. But we have a slight risk for some parts of Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota, some parts of Southeast, North Dakota, and then some parts of Nebraska. Pretty much that's it for that. I'm gonna open back up the stream. So pretty much good information. If any of you want to ask me about area or anything else, we could go back to radar if you guys want, because I think there is something severe going on over there. I'm pretty much sure that there's something going on in anyone want to go back to radar Omega, or we can just go back to the other radar and we can look at that. All up to you guys. Or you can just push this little heart. Either way, if any of you want to go back to radar, just say something in chat. I will immediately respond. Any questions? Is it possible for a tornado to make one? Hold up. I gotta see this. Is it possible? Is it possible for tornadoes to make one whole tornado? To answer your question, actually, yes. Because yes, yes, it is. It is possible. It has happened before. There was a tornado, I think, just a few months ago that actually did that. Sorry, Andrea. I got a little off track there. Yes. I don't know. So yes, it is. It has happened before. Um, there. So I mean. Could you try and rephrase that, Andrea? So, I mean, I understand what you're trying to say. It's just, all right. So yes, it is possible. So there was, I think, it was a few years back. There was a tornado that got formed from a few other tornadoes. I think one of them was like an EF2. I don't know where it was, but it was an EF2 tornado, and then EF1, and I think the other one was an EF1. So the EF2 had satellite tornado, and then another satellite tornado, or a tornado that basically goes around the main tornado. So when that happened, the tornado, both the tornadoes immediately combined with the EF2, and I think caused that to ramping up its power. Because when tornadoes, it happens many times. When multiple tornadoes happen and are on the ground, and then they collide, they form even more stronger tornadoes. And it strengthens them. The rotation doesn't change one bit. The wind speeds get a lot higher once they collide. So, any more questions before we go back to radar? And I'll still answer questions once we go back to the radar. Anyone got any more questions? Just put them in chat, and I'll answer them. I just won't take as long. I'll make sure to give you one whole answer. If you want any questions answered, be sure just to put them in the chat. Just type them up in the chat, and I'll definitely get to answer them. And then we can go back to the radar and see what's going on over there. Anyone got a question or anything? So, for short, Andrea, to answer your question, yes, it is possible for tornadoes to make one whole tornado. By simple terms, tornadoes, and then you have another tornado that form like close to each other, half a mile apart, a mile apart. Their mesocyclones are connected. So that's what kind of brings them together, I would say. Any questions, and I will answer them. Just put them in the chat. Yes, yes, it is possible for tornadoes to collide to make one tornado. Yes. It's rare for there to be two mesocyclones for one storm. And mesocyclones form the tornadoes. So it goes supercell, and then supercells form mesocyclones, which the mesocyclones are inside supercell storms that drop down into a tornado. It's virtually rare for there to be another mesocyclone inside of supercell, because supercells usually only form one mesocyclone. But if there's two that form inside of a supercell and drop two tornadoes, they collide most of the times. Other times, one just feeds off of the other because they're both connected to the same storm. So one feeds off of the other tornado and then weakens one tornado, and the tornado that was feeding off of the other tornado gets stronger. So either way, if it feeds off of another tornado that forms, or if there's a tornado that there's two tornadoes that get close to each other and collide to make one huge tornado, then that happens. There's been a lot of tornadoes that have done that, but I think we might go back to radar now. If you have any more questions, put them down in chat, like really, really fast. So, I recommend using like Radar Omega. So the apps that I use I'd recommend for storm chasing is this one radar app called it's called Radar Scope. It's on the Google. It's on the Google Play Store, but also the Apple Store. One is also Radar Omega, but I think most storm people like me use this type of Radar Omega is meant for both That's what I use whenever I go storm chasing. And then there's this other one called Radar Scope. So both of these ones are not free, but this one costs $9.99. Radar Scope, you can actually open two slide outs of one other one. So one on one side and one on the other side. So you can have like one type of radar on one side and then the other one on the other side. These are the two ones I'd recommend for like storm chasing. If you want me to tell you how to read them, I can sure do that for you.
What?
So I will type it in chat, the ones that I recommend using real fast.
Olivia? I dropped the remote and it's still like.
Radar Scope, and then Radar Omega. So Radar Scope and Radar Omega are like the ones that I recommend using for tornado chasing. I just typed it in chat. I will show everyone how to use Radar Omega, and most of the Radar Omega's features are actually on Radar Scope. Well, most of the radar type different options are on Radar Omega that are on Radar Scope. So let's go look at Radar Omega and then I'll show you how to use Radar Omega or what map types there are on Radar Omega because there's tons of like map types. You can see wind speed, rotation, debris. Debris is like my favorite one. Velocity and debris are my favorite ones to use. Let's go over to an ongoing storm. Wait, hold on. We might actually get a new tornado warning. Let me look at this. Sorry, everyone, but I'm just trying to look at this. So we have a critical. Oh God. Critical risk. Elevate. Oh my God. Wait, no. Critical fire weather area for portions of the Eastern Great Basin. Okay, so I think there is storm coverage going on. I don't know too well. Isolated dry thunderstorm risk. So,
Olivia, did you hear me?
So if we go over to Denver, there's a lot of storm chasers here, so I don't know if these guys are just here. Let's see. I don't see too much. So reflectivity. No, not much. I'm not seeing anything on reflectivity mode or that. So reflectivity mode is your like normal mode to see like where rain is. If you ever decide to get this, if you ever decide to get Radar Omega or Radar Scope, Um, so, high res reflectivity mode, you can see tons of stuff on here. You can see the storm right there, and then if you go down to this, hold up, let me show you. If you go down to this velocity products thing right here, it shows you this whole selection: high res velocity, base velocity, high res storm reflectivity velocity, and high res spectrum width. I use base velocity because that's the normal velocity. Then you got this dual polarization. The high res correlation shows you debris. If there are just special weather statements, it's not really useful. For any other warning, it's not really useful besides tornado warnings, because you can see how massive the tornado is with this tool. I like using it whenever there's tornado warnings. We have some warnings over here in Albuquerque. Oh wait, get back on that radar. High res reflective. So to answer your question on how long tornadoes can last, it really depends on their strength. So, so to answer the question, how long tornadoes can last, so tornadoes typically last between 30 minutes. Short, brief tornadoes are your most common ones, so I would say around 10 to 15 minutes tops. 30 minutes. Sometimes tornadoes can last for hours, depends on their strength. Wedge tornadoes tend to last a little bit longer than usual, so I'd say about an hour. If you have like a giant wedge tornado, if you have just a small rope tornado, it looks like a rope coming down from the sky. Those tend to last 10 minutes tops, 15 minutes. If they expand out, that time could be longer. So, to give you a rough estimate on how long tornadoes could last, I would say about 10 to 30 minutes tops. That's like, there is no correct answer for that question because tornadoes can last, it's unpredictable on how long tornadoes can last, but if you're wanting usually or just a rough estimate on how long they last, like I said earlier, 15 to 30 minutes, possibly 20. Most last 5 to 10. But like I just said, random tornadoes are unpredictable. So, yeah.
I know, but I wasn't quite ready for it. Sorry, leave it on.
But a very great question because, you know, it's actually something NOAA Weather Service has been trying to go into more depth of how it's really
5 minutes.
it's completely random to answer your question. Sorry, I've been stuttering. It's completely random. There's nothing that can actually predict how long tornadoes can last. I'm gonna say this again. I'm going to say 15 to 30 minutes. NOAA has put out 15 minutes. I say 15 to 30 minutes because, we can now actually go back to, if we want, we can go back to the Outlook, or we can ask more questions. Just type more questions in the chat and I will immediately answer them for you. Yeah.
Play.
Sorry for
Ah!
any more questions before I get back to the radar? Cause there is, I think things are starting to fire up again for storms tonight. So just stay tuned because storms are supposed to be firing back up, and pretty sure some may die out, and then some. How long can actually they go off of this scale called the EF scale. So so EF5 is like the strongest tornado out there. They can pick up cars, they can like destroy like paved roads.
Okay, well, I gotta get this
They can
cleaned up real quick.
pick up bricks. They can pick up cars. They destroy anything in their path.
They're fucking screwed up
EF5
now.
is like the highest. There used to be EF6, but then they like removed that off of the thing. And the wind speeds for EF5 tornadoes are 200 miles per hour and above. One of the most recent tornadoes that have happened is one of the strongest tornadoes that have happened. It's called the Greenfield tornado in Iowa. It just happened recently. That one had 300 mile per hour winds recorded, and that one is, it should be like an EF5 tornado. I went there. It was a long drive, but I think we went there because it was the first EF4 tornado of the year for the whole world. Yeah. tornadoes can destroy anything in their path. That's how strong they can get up to. EF5 is the strongest they can get up to, and EF5 tornadoes destroy anything in their path. So that answers your question, Andrea. Any more questions before I go back to the go back to the radar and see if there's rotation or anything like that. I think things are gonna start firing down as we move into the night. Any more questions? I've been studying meteorology for about 4 to 3 years now, so I'm pretty much got knowledge of pretty much everything. Some things I'm really good at in meteorology, but I'm pretty much good at everything in meteorology. And have you been tornado chasing? Yes. Once. Once. It wasn't too long ago. I think we did chase a tornado. That was recent. I don't know which one, but it was recent. So yeah, I think that answers your question. Yes, I have been tornado chasing. Once, and it was just this year. So, are any more questions? Then I can get back to, thank you for all the questions. I'll take just a few more questions, so make them good. And then I will, go back to the radar and let you guys know the forecast for today, and yeah. So any more questions, just type in chat. Any questions, anyone can type in chat. It's just free, just type on that chat button right there. If you're on PC, click on it. If you're on mobile, just tap on it, and then just type anything, any question you want, and I'll answer. Any more questions? Anyone? Any more questions? I'll give you until this clock right up here turns 9:50, and then I will go back to the radar. So, questions, I will answer them quickly. Just type them in the chat thing right down here. Andrea, you have been answering tons of questions. You have been asking tons of questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will answer them. Yes, it has. It wasn't too strong of a tornado. They released the. They said that it was like an EF2. So yeah. The three people that are in here. If you want any more questions, I'm going until this clock right up here hits 9:50, and then I'm going to go back to radar so you guys can see what's going on. Anyone, any questions? Just feel free to ask. Just right down here, you just click on this chat or tap on it if you're mobile. Just tap on it and then you just type anything you want. Any questions? I'm taking them until this clock hits 9:50. So Andrea has been asking those questions. Any more questions? 2 more minutes. Questions? I may go over to Radar Omega just for a little bit, and then I'm going to switch over to the other radar, and then I'll be able to answer questions. So I won't be able to answer questions for just a few more. I won't be able to answer questions for a little bit. So ask them now, and then if you have any questions while on Radar Omega, just save them until I switch the radars over to a different radar. Again, you have 1 more minute to ask any questions before it is too late to ask questions. 1 more minute. I'm going to put this on filter. Any more questions? 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 Anyone? Questions? Your time is up. Now, questions will be saved until I am almost done with Radar Omega. So whoever is still in this, thank you. So, ooh, okay, so I'm going to switch the screens back to the other radar. Hold it. So, we are going to be looking at the radar. There we go. I just adjusted it. Welcome to the stream. Anyone that just joined, welcome to the stream. I'll be glad to answer any questions that anyone has for the duration of the rest of the stream. Just type it in chat, and I will respond immediately. Whoever else is in here, any questions I'll be able to still answer. So, yeah. So, right. So, right now, there is storms. These storms that I said were forming was like forming a hook, isn't anymore. It's kind of dissipated over a while. The severe thunderstorm warnings for both storms has dissipated. The only severe thunderstorm warning I'm seeing still in effect is this one in Albuquerque. This one we're gonna be watching for the duration of the rest of the stream, because this one is probably the most likely one to form a tornado. And yes, it is heading up north. It kind of made a direct turn northeast. So the backside of this storm, it looks like it looks almost looks like it's trying to form a backwards hook. So why would it form a backwards hook? I don't know why it would do that. Weird. Whoever else is in the stream, just click that little chat button, and I can answer questions for you, like specific locations. Andrea, do you have any questions? I will answer them gladly for you. The storms up north in Michigan have gone over into Lake Huron, crossed the border into Canada. The storms in Lake Huron, Michigan. So the only active severe hold up. The only active severe thunderstorm warning in effect is in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and this one has intensified over the past hour or two. It used to be just scattered storms. It just used to be just little dots all over the map that collided together to create the one big storm. So I'm pretty sure this one might go tornado warned. I'm saying might because I'm not for sure. We zoom in more. It looks like there's a hook forming on it. There's not much anymore. There used to be. Doesn't look too strong of a hook. We have more severe storm. We have more storms forming to the south of this severe thunderstorm warning. If they extend the severe thunderstorm warning out, then the National Weather Service might be might be getting ready to issue a tornado warning for Albuquerque. There is some other places over the United States that are looking places of probable tornado probability, but not fully. We have this storm that's about to cross over into the Missouri portion region. We have
You're gonna have to turn that off because I'm on the bed.
well, turn that light off.
No, I'm on the bed.
Yeah.
No. No, because I'm on the bed.
Is this good, Wyatt?
No.
The hook is dissipated on this one. This one actually might not get tornado warned. So, that might end the stream here, but just like and subscribe, and I promise we'll be back tomorrow with another one that hits hard. I'll be able to talk about the forecast for tomorrow, just a little bit. So, tropical storm. Hold up. We're actually just gonna go over to my radar, open it up. So my radar shows us like where the hurricanes are, and those are our key points when we're looking for hurricanes for tomorrow. We are looking we're going to be looking at the tropical storm barrel. It's just southeast of it's just north of Brazil. So it's a tropical storm. They could upgrade it. So yeah, but I am gonna open my radar and then are gonna talk about it just for a minute or two, and then end the stream. So I'm gonna call it in just a few minutes. But I promise if you guys like, I mean if you subscribe and turn on post notifications, we'll be back with another live stream tomorrow because it's supposed to be, I think, worse tomorrow than it was today. There's only one tornado that dropped today, so. Yep, right here. Yep. Right here. This is forming into a hurricane. You can even see the winds. So if you're wondering what these lines are right here on radar, those are the winds. You can see the actual like center.
Oliver, I can't turn into a hurricane rain dog.
Look, that's
Are you in the ocean?
that's a hurricane right there.
Never mind.
You know what that's actually called? That's Tropical Storm Barrel. Oh, but look, that's
Barrel?
the winds. That's the winds. You can see the wind. Holy cow. Yeah. Tropical Storm Barrel is right there. We can watch a video on it. Hopefully it'll be gone. So, meteorologist Wyatt, what do you think about this tropical storm that's forming right here?
It looks intense.
Isn't it? Look, dangerous.
Yes. Not as dangerous as an F5 tornado, though.
Hey there,
Or
gang.
even
My
F4.
radar meteorologist Matthew Pritchard.
Alright,
Quick
so we're
concerning
watching
tropical updates.
my radar
Tropical
guy
storm
right
Barrel
now.
formed on Friday night. It is drifting west right now. It is poised to rapidly intensify and could become a major hurricane by early Monday morning. It should hit the Lesser Antilles on Monday. We now have a hurricane watch for St. Lucia, St. Vincent the Grenadines, and Grenada. Moreover, we have a tropical storm watch for Martinique and Tobago. By mid-afternoon Saturday, maximum winds were listed at 65 miles per hour. If we look at infrared satellite, we see a lot of pulses of convection or shower and downpour activity. They're sustained, meaning this thing is definitely strengthening. There's a lot of upward moving air inside the storm. Moreover, at the upper levels, we're seeing evidence of exhaust or outflow high up there in the sky. Basically, air goes in down the bottom, it goes aloft, and eventually all that spent air, no longer ripe with moisture instability, fans outwards like this horizontally. The exhaust at the upper levels is key to storm intensifying. We see
Yes, so the storm is trying to intensify. So into Monday, it should become a hurricane. So if you live in like the Florida region, you might get landfall sometime in a few days if this does turn into a hurricane. So just be watching out and make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications because we'll be coming back with tomorrow is a higher percent chance of like storms, tornadoes, and all of that stuff. So catch you later on the next stream. Hope to see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for post notifications. Nothing is going to happen for the rest of the night, so I'm hopping off, which is good. You guys survived. Congrats, pat yourself on the back. We'll be back tomorrow. There is supposed to be worse tomorrow, so bye.